main, like, I guess crux of it is to respect yourself. And that kind of comes from two different like lines of thought I guess you could say lines of thought. It was lines of thoughts that I shouldn't have believed back then. And the first one is that you should be careful how you talk to yourself because your subconscious doesn't know that you're joking. And for me, I always, even to this day, I still say stuff like, "Oh, I'm just being stupid. Oh, I'm just being an idiot," or whatever. But the thing is like I'm saying it jokingly, but my subconscious doesn't know that I'm joking. And I start speaking those things over myself. And that can be a really dangerous thing because it's almost like you have to be really careful with your words to a point where I realized that I would apologize for things I did not need to apologize for, but I was trying to be polite. I was trying to be nice. By the way, that's not a bad thing. But what was happening is that while I was trying to be nice and polite and kind by apologizing for a situation that I didn't need to apologize for, I was subconsciously accepting guilt into my life. And that was coming out in different areas. And so what's awesome is that now there's great ways that you can be nice, kind, and polite without accepting fault for something you didn't do. And so I had to start being careful I had to start being careful with my words in those types of situations because I didn't realize the impact that words were having on my life that I was speaking over myself just
Your
subconsciously, my own words.
Yeah, that's wild, dude.
And it wasn't always the most deep situations. It was just if I'm frustrated myself or I'm just kind of joking like, "Oh, I'm just an idiot," you know, but like you say it jokingly, but it'll come out in your actions. Like I can always tell by how I'm loving my wife, by how I like lift her up, you know, cause I can see it on her. Yeah. I can see it all over. Whenever she's fed with words and she's encouraged, she's glowing, but I can tell whenever she's down. You can see it. And whenever you speak those things over yourself, you can see it as you walk and you see it as you start putting yourself into situations that maybe you didn't have to put yourself in. Like you don't need to accept that role of being the guilty party in a situation when you didn't do anything wrong. But it's like, "Oh, I'm sorry about that." You know, honestly, and not to, this is going to sound like a polite call out, not to even call anything out, but Zach, you do that. You apologize a lot for things that you absolutely.
It's super Australian, dude.
Is it?
It's super Australian.
And so
it's super, and I've found myself doing it, hanging out with you guys, and I'm like, why did I apologize for that?
Yeah.
That's super random.
Have you ever heard me say to you, Zach, by the way, you don't need to apologize for that. Have I said that to you?
Oh, you say that all the time to me.
I'm very careful to make sure it's like, oh no, if he did something wrong.
That's Zach's next shirt. I'm not sorry.
It's too late to apologize. Oh, yeah.
Shout out to my song though.
Yeah.
I'm not sorry.
And so the next thing with respecting yourself is just dealing with peer pressure. There were some things that I definitely did that I was just pressured into. And if I had respect for myself, I wouldn't have done those things. I didn't even talk to anybody from middle school or you know what I mean? Like who are these people in my life now? But I definitely jeopardized my own mental health to try to make other people like me. I don't know why I did that.
Yeah,
I wanted
you
to be
can't predict the future at that
Yeah.
age, you know what I mean? And like where you're going to be. So it's tough because all you know up to that point, your whole reality is those people that you're around. And I guess you don't have the foreknowledge to understand like, oh, probably most of these people are not even going to be in my life in 10 years or 20 years or whatever.
And even if they are, why am I living my life to please them?
Thank you guys so much for watching this clip. We appreciate it so much. And if you could leave a like and subscribe to the channel, that would help out so much. And if you want to listen to the full podcasts, just head over to the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.